Greetings, everybody. Welcome to week 9. Good heavens, is this possible that it's week 9? Okay, well, let's get this launch going, people. I hope you're having a great start to your week, by the way. The title of this module, Rhetorical Purpose of Images, that includes charts, pictures, and graphs, locating and captioning images, and starting an outline. So we are moving on through, we are rapidly moving through the components of the research paper. So here, of course, you will have the launch that I'm making right now will be placed where this link is. So never fear, it will be there. I'm a day late, or let's give myself a break and say, I don't know, 18 hours late for the launch. So you've got a discussion right here, the 3 M's, magnificent, murky, or muddy. And this is a fun discussion. Of course, I think everything's fun in this class. So what I want you to do is, obviously you're doing your research right now. You're pulling journal articles, you're looking things up. So I'm asking you to write down what is magnificent for you in regard to something you've discovered through researching, reading about your topic. So magnificent is something like, some aha moment that you had where you went, wow, I had no idea this thing existed. Or, it's a moment where your eyes open, or you're just, stunned by something that you've just discovered that's pretty cool, or pretty earth-shatteringly not cool. So anyway, that is what you're going to write for magnificent. Murky, you can tell kind of by, if you know the definition of murky, it's kind of not very see-through. So, where there's moments where it looks like you can see something and then moments that it clouds over again. So I'm asking you to identify something murky, something that maybe something confused you or something that keeps coming up over and over, but it feels murky to you. All right, this, maybe we don't have a solution for you, but I think your peers often do in this discussion. Also, then finally, what's muddy? Sometimes we just hit a wall and like, I just read this thing and I have no idea what is being said. And, so there's visceral reactions that we have to work that's sort of beyond our comprehension. And by visceral reaction, I mean, we kind of recoil, we feel our body tighten, our jaw kind of clenches. So, something that's muddy is something that really lacks total clarity. So, in a way, this is a way to let you both discuss and vent. And I hope you'll find that you and your peers have a lot of commonalities, but you also have really, terrific problem solving skills. And I love when you guys share those with each other. Excuse me. Okay, so that's what would be coming up. It's a discussion board. Your first entry needs to be posted by Thursday, and your replies to peers by Saturday. All right, then the first real component in here is about including visuals in a research paper. So I've got a screencast that I made, followed by some really, I think, completely awesome images that students collected. I can't remember if it was last quarter or the quarter before, but give yourself a chance. Oh, it looks like 2020. Wow, that seems like it was a million years ago now. But, what were people, why did they choose these images? Can you tell what their topics were by looking at some of these charts, graphs, or images that they selected? So take a look at their work, because I'm going to want you to produce something like this, and you'll be submitting it as proof that you participated in the library workshop that's coming up. Okay. All right. So that's where I just showed you those images. They're so cool. Are you required to use images in your paper? No. But I think, probably 90% of papers would be enhanced by having at least some kind of chart or visual. All right. This is a self-paced Kennedy Library Workshop. It's worth 20 points, you can see. And it is finding, using, and citing images. Then there's an accompanying activity that you need to complete. and a place to upload your proof of completion, okay, that you participated in this whole workshop and activity enterprise. All right, so that's coming up. We move gently, or maybe not so gently, into the outline, which is the third of 4 pieces of this project. Can you believe it? So if you don't know anything about an outline, or you don't even, most people know what an outline is by your stage of, academic achievement. But if you just need to brainstorm, if you're like, how do I even get in and start finding and streamlining my topic enough to get it into an outline. This is an activity I created that helps you sort of brainstorm what you already know, and helps you to sort of, it's a brainstorming technique for outlining. All right. Here are the official instructions. They're a PDF, what is required for the outline. Here's a screencast of me talking about these instructions, explaining them in depth to you. There's a video that I think you should watch. It's, a YouTube video from the internet. I think it's a really good one on writing a formal outline. I think it's terrific. I would suggest you watch it. It's only a couple minutes long. Sorry I didn't put the time on there. I usually like to do that. You can take a glance at the rubric for your outline. How is it going to be graded? I suggest you do that. Here are some, I always call them real student samples, and I think the grades for these are, if you scroll down at the end after you've read all the papers, I think I note what the grades were. So take a look at those outlines, and maybe before looking at what they were graded as, just what would you grade them as, if you looked at the rubric. Finally, your outline is due not this week, but the Tuesday of next week. So it takes a while to write it. So I don't want you to think, oh, that's something I can throw together the night before. Absolutely not. I would say if you think the outline is going to take you whatever you think it's going to take you, double it. If you think it's going to take you an hour, give yourself 2 hours. The more time you spend, fine-tuning your ideas and getting them compressed into an outline, the less time you spend writing the actual paper. It seems almost counterintuitive that we would, actually create a whole outline, and that is actually going to save time writing the paper. But students invariably say at the end of the quarter how helpful a detailed but not overly detailed outline was in helping them not feel overwhelmed in writing the paper. All right, so this is probably one of your most important tools to alleviate stress of writing the research papers, this outline right here. So step by step, you've been getting closer and closer to where you'll be creating the research paper itself. But you've done so many of the component pieces, the baby steps, that it isn't going to feel like this overwhelming, huge project, because you've been chipping away at it. Finally, I'll have a wrap up. It's not there yet because, well, quite frankly, the week hasn't finished. All right, hey, I think that should get everybody started. I hope you have a terrific week. We are getting so close to the finish line, and I'm stoked at how committed you all are, and just you make me smarter every time I log on. So thank you for being serious about